All right, that's beginning. What we're going to talk about now is the add to cart feature on HTTP with linking sales to ITrack. I am Andrew Johnson, and Lisa Davis is next to me here, and we're going to go over to the different pieces of that.
I'm waving just in case anybody was wondering.
There we go. The wrestling of the bracelets.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is my job title? I'm just web developer for HTTP, I believe, something like that. And then Lisa is...
I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for iSoft Data Systems.
Okay, let's see.
So something you'll want to remember, if you set your chat to all panelists and attendees, that makes it so everybody can see your chat if you have a comment or a question. If you have a question in particular, we ask that you put it in the Q&A. That just makes it easier for us to see it. If appropriate, we'll answer it midstream, but otherwise we can save them to the end and we can open it up for questions then. You can raise your hand if you need a clarification or you need to unmute or whatnot. And we appreciate you coming, and we will get started.
So yeah, we're going to go over a quick overview of the add to cart feature and show some screenshots of what happens in ITrack. They become sales quotes is the quick version of all of that. And then with all of this, the kind of the exciting bit really actually is the XML feeds that we're able to create from that. And so that can go into Facebook and other social media things. So Lisa will really get into that, but just wanted to see how excited I am about that actually. Let's see. Yes, I guess I kind of went over that, didn't I? All right. So when you first are starting off with it, you do need to make a few decisions. That's kind of the nature of it. You've kind of got to decide a few things first. And first thing are, what are you going to have available, and how long is it going to be before that's available? So we officially have a 24-hour availability that it needs to be shipped from, and a 72-hour availability. Now you can do a little bit more with that. There's actually more settings that you can do in ITrack, but those are the official ones that HTTP goes with. And you can choose, do you want to have all your use up available, or do you want to do things more particular? You can choose what items you want onto there, and that's all built into ITrack. Then this is a bit more for multi-location places. If you're going to have one particular location do all of the stuff, then you can have your contact information be different in that checkout process. So phone calls and that stuff go through that person in particular. And then what you want to say on the actual by success on this, I really just mean what it shows after they've submitted the quote. So what little pieces of information do you want there? And one thing to keep in mind is that you're going to have to answer some questions on core charges and how to do returns and what your warranties are and that type of stuff. So just more or less be prepared for that a little bit. So when you've designated those things to be available on HTTP, what will happen is that an end user will see this little add to cart icon on search results. And then when they click it, it'll go to a detail view, and a very similar one is on the detail view of it, and that will add to cart. From there, they'll enter information on the shipping for shipping and their billing information into here, and answer a few questions that are common to shipping items. Particularly, a lot of it's more focused on LTL shipping. At least those questions are, because that's what you're going to need to know once you're going in. If it's a bigger item, smaller items, you don't necessarily need to know those things, but the end user doesn't have to answer them then. So they'll enter basically, do they have a lift gate? How fast do they want it? Or do they want to optimize for price? So those things are answered before it even reaches your ITrack quote. And then once they have clicked that submit, then both you and the customer will receive a confirmation email with that information on there. This is the one for the end user, the customer. And so with that, they're very similar. The only real difference between the two emails is just the logo. HCP's logo is on the one that we send you, and to the end customer, it's your logo there. So this one is in our little mock-up here is our enterprise logo, just to show that is different. Let's see. And then so inside of ITrack, this is actually the quote screen. And up here, you can actually see the questions that they've entered. So the shipping address and all that, whether or not they need the lip gate, and if they want to optimize for speedy delivery or the price of shipping. So all that information is right there, right where you need it to begin that last step of the sale. Basically, your salesperson will determine that shipping. From there, depending upon what shipper you are using, if it's been integrated into ITrack, there is a way to send that directly to the shipping company. I don't know a whole lot about that. I'll leave that for someone else, but there is a way to do that, I know. Let's see, and then the salesperson will contact the customer on it and finish the process inside of ITrack.
So now that you have your products for sale, that's a good first step, but we can do a lot more with it now that we've marked your products for sale. We can make you an XML feed, and the XML feed allows you to create a catalog in Facebook for your business, and we can help you get that arranged. So once you have a Facebook catalog, what can you do with it? Something that is really awesome is you can make a shop. And here, this is what it kind of looks like on your page, on your Facebook business page.
Now, those are taken from ours, right?
Yep, this is on heavytruckparts.net. So you'll see you have your Facebook business page, shop shows up right there, has some really nice thumbnails, has some prices, the start of your titles, and you can click see all in your shop. And this is an example of what you'll see there. So all the parts that you have marked for sale on heavytruckparts.net are going to show up here. You can click into a detail view similar to HTTP and look at your pictures. You can get more details here. People can even contact you through this method to ask questions, and they'll show more items from your shop. It's a really nice setup. It's a really great way to get eyeballs on your parts. Here's another preview. This is what it looks like on mobile. They have a really nice mobile experience. So as you know, more and more people are shopping on their phones, even for truck parts. So this will be a nice way for people to see what you have on sale. You can also advertise once we have that catalog created for you. We can run ads and it'll use your actual parts. So I've taken some screenshots of ones that we run for heavytruckparts.net. And you can see there on mobile, it opens up into a full experience where they can see your parts and get information on them. And this is also a good time to remind you that when you're writing those descriptions, make sure you do a good job. This is how you're selling your parts. People are browsing your parts. They want a clear description. They don't want everything in all caps. They want a clear photo. You know, this is your chance to impress them. So that is it for that. Once you get Buy It Now going on heavytruckparts.net, you can speak with one of our sales team and we can get you connected to show all that on your Facebook business page. So we're going to do a poll here coming up. If you can just take a minute to fill it out. A reminder that if you've accidentally unsubscribed from our marketing emails and you want to resubscribe, just let us know. We do have a part 3 of this webinar series coming up, and that's going to be me. I'm going to be touching a little bit more on more things for visibility on the internet, a little bit more Facebook stuff, running some ads, that type of thing, LinkedIn, Google My Business. So stay tuned for that if you want a bigger online presence. And then you can always contact us by email or call if you need to reach out to support.